In today's video, we're gonna take a look at the dumbest Magic the Gathering cheaters caught on camera. Our first villain seated to the left is level 2 Judge Alex. You heard that right, this is a cheating judge. This black sheep of the judge program is gambling his reputation against his opponent on the right, Julian, who is a level 1 judge. Why the hell would you cheat against another judge? Alex is a shuffle cheater. He stacks his deck with the best card as he shuffles. Today he's playing the Lotus Field combo deck, a deck that ideally gets a turn 2 Lotus Field in play, but you need 2 lands in play to sacrifice to it. That's why the best starting hand includes Arboreal Grazer, which lets you put an extra land in play on the first turn. But can you see how Alex beats the odds of having a godlike hand? Let's take a look at the action.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Nine cards? Okay, I'm gonna put back. This whole matchup is like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do at any point. It's tricky, yeah. I think if it was the Narset, like I might be like up a card or something. But like even still, I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do. I would love to be on the play now. Sure. Sounds good to me. Yeah, probably this one. Okay. I have a few like unorthodox like sideboard changes, but I think I don't know what the correct one is for this matchup, so. Right. Would you like to cut? No, you're fine.
Did you catch that? Or more like, how many cheats did you catch? If you pay attention, you can see him specifically grab the land, Botanical Sanctum, and place it directly on top of the deck. He'll need that land to cast, oh look, an Arboreal Grazer. That will go great on turn 1. Next, what would this combo deck be without its namesake card, Lotus Field? Alex then double checks his homework by fanning out the top cards to make sure everything is good so far, and then stacks it on top of his deck. Sure, let's just add a Thespian Stage, which can help him copy the Lotus Field. Oh, and just in case anything goes wrong, Alex stacks a Mystical Dispute on top, which will help protect his combo. Look at all this fake shuffling. Ah yes, let's pretend to shuffle, but leave the top part of the deck completely in place, making sure the top cards are untouched. Oh wait, oh what a fake out! It looked like he was about to bury the top of the deck, but then does a last second switcheroo. And of course, Alex starts with the perfect hand and perfect turn 1 play.
Yeah, it might be fast enough. Sure. Go. You got it.
This cheating is actually so bad that I didn't even know that he was cheating. Like, the deck is completely face up and it just looks like he's making sure that his cards are there. Now, you might be asking, why didn't Julian cut the deck?
Would you like to cut? No, you're fine.
Do you want to know the answer? Guess who taught Julian how to be a Magic the Gathering judge? That's right, it was Alex. You see, Alex knows everything Julian knows. So Alex decides to betray the trust between them to teach Julian one last valuable lesson. Always cut your opponent's deck. You know, this game wasn't even worth anything. It was just a locals event played for casual prizes. Like, how dumb can you be to work so hard to be a level 2 judge and then throw your entire reputation away cheating, becoming the very person you swore to protect the community against? So what happened to Alex? Well, needless to say, he got banned from everything, isn't working as a judge anymore, and hasn't been seen since. Our next villain is Gonzalo Serrano, a player suspected of being a cheater at the game store, except no one had any evidence. Until now. Gonzalo on the right is playing a blue-white control deck, versus Jonathan on the left playing a black, red, and green deck. You see, in Magic, you can play more powerful cards if you play more colors, but that's exactly a vulnerability Gonzalo intends to exploit. With Spreading Seas, a card that turns lands into islands, which Gonzalez's opponent can't use. Let's take a look at the action. Did you catch that? Gonzalo's cracks his fetch land to go get a land, but while he's searching, he spots the Spreading Seas on the bottom of the deck. Well, we can't have that over there, so he yoinks it to the top. While he's doing this though, his opponent activates his Mishra's Bauble, which lets him look at the top card of Gonzalez's deck, and that makes for the perfect opportunity. When he's done shuffling, instead of offering his deck for a cut, he offers his deck to let the Mishra's Bauble ability resolve. Jonathan forgets to cut the deck because he's too eager to look at the top card, and sees the bad news. And of course, what does Gonzalez draw? The Spreading Seas, turning Jonathan's red-black land into blue. Now, why is Gonzalez one of the dumbest cheaters? He's an employee at the store he's cheating at. Not only do you risk getting banned from the game, you might get banned from your job. And the crazy thing is, he didn't even win this game. His opponent clawed back from a bad start and got the victory anyway. And as you can see, he's not happy about this at all. I'm sure he's thinking, how could I lose? I'm the one who stacked the Spreading Seas turn 2. I mean, good game. Now, this cheat happened back in 2021. It got Gonzalo's banned for 2.5 years, and it sounds like he's learned his lesson because he hasn't cheated since. Our next dumbest villain is Temujin, a player who cheats in multiplayer tournaments called CEDH. Temujin already had a suspect reputation for playing with clear sleeves. Because you know who plays with clear sleeves in tournaments? No one. Unless, of course, you want to see the imperfections of your mark cards to tell you what you're drawing next. I mean, look, he draws a card and you can immediately tell the next card has more wear and tear. And look, there's a lot of variation on the backside of Magic cards, whether it's new, old, or proxy, which are allowed in CEDH tournaments. But the whole point of playing with opaque sleeves is so that you don't have this information when you're playing in competitive events. Temujin won first place in this event, and while the community couldn't prove that he was gaining an advantage, it put a target on his back. And from this day forward, every move he made was being watched. And one day, they caught him big time. In the top right, we have Temujin, playing at an in-person tournament. At the moment, he has Mystic Remora out, which says, whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you may draw 1 card unless that player pays 4 mana. But the problem for Temujin is that there are 2 players at the table threatening to win the game. So he comes up with an idea to even the odds. Let's take a look at the action.
Yep, sure. Oh, did you want to stop anything at any point? Do you have any more interaction or anything?
Well, Grand Abolisher is on the stack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll stop at Grand Abolisher, yeah. Okay. That's when he can stop still. Take my word. So they're drawing between what's the vampire? You can resolve one.
Wait, did you catch that? I thought Mystic Remora only lets you draw 1 card, and Temujin draws 3! And since it worked the first time, he goes back into that cookie jar for another 3 cards. Look, he does it again. And again. And again! He has so many cards in his hand that a player finally takes notice.
Oh, sure, dude.
You have half your deck in your hand.
You did it!
But you might be asking, how is Temujin one of the dumbest cheaters? Have a listen in.
It's actually being streamed.
Of all the places to cheat, you do it at the feature match table with the cameras pointing at you? And after illegally drawing a ton of your deck, now you ask if this is being streamed? Needless to say, Temujin drew so many cards, he had enough cards to defeat everyone at the table, and comboed off to win the match. Most cheaters actually try to play fair on camera because they assume the cameras are on. Temujin somehow is a weird exception who assumed the cameras were off. Huge thanks to Mimo the coach and also MTG Celcio for helping me research this video. And if you like this cheater video, you'll absolutely love this one over here.